It sounds like there are still many steps to go and a lot of questions that remain. But one of my questions is failing Congress's ability to fully fund the NIH. Have you been hearing from constituents on the private side, private philanthropists, nonprofits, private donors, who could step up and fill that void? Because if we're talking again about medical research, a fairly bipartisan issue, and one where there are deep pocketbooks here in the U.S., are there folks who could step up and fill the gap?
So it's a great question, and I held a hearing back in March of this year with witnesses who were very concerned about the cuts in funding to the NIH that were happening in real time. And one of those witnesses at the forum that I held suffered from blood cancer. He was a retired doctor and he sat on a philanthropic organization that fundraises for research to supplement what NIH spends. I asked him that very question. Could your philanthropic organization, your nonprofit focused on blood cancer, could you fill this gap? And the answer was not even close. Not even close. And so it is the reason why we are the envy of the world with regard to the National Institutes for Health, and the reason why we have made it possible for people with cancer diagnoses that 10 years ago, 20 years ago would have been a death sentence now are surviving. The survival rate for even stage 3, stage 4 cancers are much, much longer. That's because of what we have publicly invested in the NIH. And so I don't see private philanthropy from filling in the gap if somehow Donald Trump were to be successful and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. were to be successful in slashing the NIH budget moving forward. But I also do believe that we will have bipartisan success, not on restoring funding for all the things Trump wants to cut, but with NIH, given its history of broad bipartisan support, I think we'll be able to restore those proposed cuts.
Now, speaking